Morning, all you hella awesome people. It's Green Thumb. I got a day off today, so we're gonna plant some food. Right beside me here in a tote. I'll show you. Got a big tote of potting soil. Right here we have turmeric rhizomes from the organic turmeric plants that I grew this summer. I harvested those. If you guys haven't seen the video of the harvesting and processing of that, you should watch it. It was pretty cool. It was a lot more productive than I expected. So yeah. And then the other thing is this. This is 2 roots of a horseradish plant. A buddy of mine has a horseradish patch growing at his house. It's been growing for 12 years. We harvested a bunch of it about a month ago or so. I didn't film it. It was just kind of a hectic day, and it was in his yard, and he didn't want to be on camera and stuff. So I didn't film any of that. But what I did do is what I did do is as we were harvesting it, I kept this. So we're going to replant this, and we're going to regrow that for next year. So on the top of this pile here, let me show you. I'll just film into the bin. Right, so in this bin, this top layer is ProMix potting soil that was probably left outside on a pallet, because as you can see, it's soaked enough that it's dripping water out of the bottom of my hands. Look at that. So it's absolutely saturated. Underneath that, we have the potting soil that was in two cloth potting bags there. And that I had the turmeric growing in. But because it's we're using potting soil in bags, we don't want it thick like this, right? So we need to modify that. So we're just going to pour in a bunch of perlite. All right. I know it's Miracle Grow. I hear you. You're like, what the hell is Green Thumb doing with Miracle Grow products in his house? When I bought these, it was the only perlite that they had on the shelf, and I had to have some that day, so I had to buy some of this trash. But I won't be buying this stuff again. But needless to say, so that's where we're at with that. All right, so we have perlite. Next, hen manure, because we want to feed these plants and get them growing, because they're going to be in the basement in my greenhouse all winter. So we're going to use some pelletized hen manure, give them a bit of a boost. Next, we have in here is alfalfa meal. This stuff, if you're only going to put one amendment in your soil, go with the alfalfa meal. This stuff's cheap. It's sold as horse feed. Comes in a big 50-pound sack. So this stuff basically acts like a multivitamin and a natural growth hormone for your plants. And I know it looks like pellets now, but as soon as water gets in it, it'll break down. And then just for good measure, we're using Guy Green. It's the only fertilizer product I trust. I use other products, but I trust Guy Green. I've been using it for years. I use it on my weed plants. I use it on my vegetables, my fruit, my potted soil, my potted plants. So we're just going to shake some out. We're going to end up feeding these plants later on in the season, but we just want them to have enough of a boost to get going for now. All right, so I'm just going to blend all this up. I got to get in there with my hands. Now what we're going to do, so these are 5-gallon fabric pots. I've got 2. I'm going to fill them up. We're going to make a big mess in the process. If you're not getting muddy, you ain't doing it right. And dirt's good for you. Contains natural antidepressants. Plus this gets you more connected with your food, right? You're literally hands-on, and I mean literally. So we're just gonna fill these right up to the top, because especially for the horseradish, I want the horseradish root to be able to go as deep as it wants to in these fabric pots. And once I water it, it's going to settle a little bit as well. So we're going to fill it right pretty much up to the top, like that. All right, there's one. You can see the alfalfa and stuff in there. Okay, let's get the horseradish. This is literally just sitting in my kitchen, and I just keep topping up the water. So, yeah, throw the water in there, whatever. So, see, it's got all kinds of roots already. Some have died because, I'm not going to lie, I forgot to water it a few times and the water's evaporated, so some of the roots have died, but that's okay. So we're just going to put this right in the middle. Like that. Make sure all those roots are buried. Like that. There, look at that. That's it for horseradish. That's simple, eh? And we're just going to throw it in the tote. Under the light. Horseradish. Done. Next, we're going to fill another one of these up. All right, I'm just going to fill this up. I'll be back in a sec. Here's the turmeric rhizomes. All right, so we're just going to plant them in the ground. There's a little sprout, so that's going to grow up. We have 4 in there, so we're just going to do, 4 corners. Just like that. Doesn't have to be complicated, guys. That's all it is. So I'm going to give this a water, and I'm going to give see, I've got it right there. And they're both under the small LED light, and that's on cables. That's on cables, so I'll just drop this right down over top, and it'll fall on my ass. And that's all it takes. So we're rocking and rolling. Garden season has officially started, obviously. I mean, if we're putting stuff in the greenhouse, we're going. So, and I got one more thing. I'll be right back. And this is Greek oregano that I grew in my backyard. Don't plant oregano in the ground if you ever want to get rid of it. It'll never happen. It's one of the most invasive plants you're ever going to have to deal with. But if you look at it, see there's yellow on there. See the yellow sprouts? Right there, look at the color of that. I don't know, is that camera even picking them up? Let's bring you closer. You see how they're kind of this yellowy color? I brought them in and I threw it in my back laundry room because I was going to harvest it all. And then I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. So in the meantime, oh, sorry, that was crazy, wasn't it? So in the meantime, it's just been sitting in my back room and it hasn't had any sunlight because there's not a window back there. So we're just going to throw this in the greenhouse now, and I have fresh oregano to eat as I need it. And I'll probably harvest like a large portion of this because this is already a large plant. It's over 2 feet across. And I don't need this such a large plant growing in here right now. So we'll give that a water. We'll water the other two, and let's rock it. Guys, once we start putting food in the greenhouse, it's officially go time. So I guess it's officially go time. So that means you guys got to get growing your own food too. It didn't take much to set this greenhouse up. The lights cost me a few $100, sure, but I'll be able to use them season after season after season. And the plastic on the walls, you can get it at any home hardware type store. I think all the plastic sheeting in here cost me less than $20. So, you know, it doesn't really take a whole lot to get going, and we are going to grow a lot of food in here. So, all right. Sorry. All right. So you guys get going too. Get growing your own food. It's getting absolutely bonkers out there. So at least if you have some fresh food, apparently I need another coffee. At least if you have some fresh food growing at your place, you're not going to be as off put. I mean, right now it's $4 a pound at the grocery store for green peppers. It's $4 for one head of iceberg lettuce. I'm not paying those prices. They can take their prices and shove them right up their arse. So I'm going to grow lettuce and spinach and a bunch of other fast growing, fast eatable things in here. And then on the wall beside me, we're going to grow tomatoes and cucumbers and probably some peas. I think I'm going to do some snap peas and a bunch of other stuff. So stick around. We are just getting started. I've got so much content lined up for here, guys. I'm doing all kinds of stuff in the background. So if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button, and let's all do this together. All right? Leave me a comment. Tell me what you're growing. I know some of you guys have greenhouses right now. My buddy is already just about to finish his own greenhouse. It's like 20 feet long. I can't wait to see it go. So, okay? Do the things. Grow good food. Green thumb out.